7 races in the season, and so far 7 different winners. Can we make it 8 for 8 today? Well, we'll find out in the 60 laps that will ensue here today in the brushy mountains of North Wilkesboro Speedway, North Wilkesboro, North Carolina, as we are here today for the running of the First Union 400, as we are set for some good racing here today. Field of 41 all lined up and ready to go. Here it's racing at speeds of up to 120 miles per hour around this racetrack, almost 120 miles an hour a lap, I should say. Here's starting is running the event on the pole. The winner is here, the man who's not yet won this season, Joshua Osborne. He's on his second pole of the season, I should say. He's not yet won this season, but the other four guys in this field in the top 5 have won a race this season, including one alongside of him, Jessica Shelton, number 94, who has one of our in-car cameras today. She won the last First Union 400 at North Wilkesboro last season, and she also won the season at Atlanta. In the second row, we'll have Kyle Matthews, who won this season at Richmond. He wants to win at Wilkesboro badly, I should say, the DuPont Chevrolet car number 24. Beside him will be the winner at Texas this season, Cole Deaver, in the GM Gibbons Chevrolet car number 3. Third row, Chris Dollarton in car 60, the Power Team Chevrolet, who won the season at Darlington. And the Bristol winner, Dylan Poteet, in the Caterpillar Chevrolet Pontiac car number 22. Fourth row has Keith Basson in car number 88, the Quality Care Services Ford. And he'll be alongside car number 5, is Phil Parker in car number 5, the Kellogg's Cornflakes Chevrolet. Next row down has Charles Samver in 42, and beside him will be Kev Shearer in 36. Shearer, a former winner here at North Wilkesboro, as a matter of fact. Next row down has Johnny Gardner in 25, another driver who would won a Wilkesboro win himself. He'll be alongside car number 9, Sky Commons, in the Cartoon Network Ford. I should say. Gardner has our second in-car camera today, and our third in-car camera lies inside Dylan Young's car number 2, the Miller Lite Ford. He'll be flanked by car number 31, Nathan Hudson. Next row down has number 43, Joshua Collard in the STP Pontiac, and number 11, Emmanuel Hartnett. Next row down has 28, Cat Batson, and number 1, Jay Jefferson. Then it's Quentin Moore, number 90, and beside him, Matt Haas in car number 18. The winner is at Rockingham. Next row down has car number 4, William Brock, and number 45, Seth Cole. Then it's number 97, Zach Winkle, and Jesse Turner in number 75. Next row down, Shane Lake in number 30, and beside him will be Rob Evans, the Daytona 500 champion in the Bubble 1 Ford, car number 12. Next row down has number 10, Mitchell Collins, and 66 car of Zachary Fitzwater. Next row down has Nathan Orman in car number 40, and beside him will be car number 33. It is James Henry, I should say, alongside. Next row down, Mike Becker at number 44. And flanking him outside will be car number 55. It is Henry Sanford. Next row down has car number 77, Paul Minnick in the Jasper Engines Federal Mogul Ford. And Jordan Lopez in the Valvoline Ford, car number 6. Next row down has Ryan Brommer in 26, the Cheerios Ford. And beside him will be car number 71, Alex Miller in the Realtree Chevrolet. Next, we're down to Emmanuel Hartnett in Brandon Parker, I should say, in car number 20, the Home Depot Pontiac. And Casey Nanico in number 7, the Phillips Chevrolet. Next, we're down has Adam Flickinger in 23, and beside him will be car number 16. It is Julius Anderson. And then starting shotgun field will be car number 16, starting shotgun field will be car number 21, Marcus Sachi, driving the Citgo Ford, car number 21. And so we get some... And so that was the starting line for this running event here, as the field we'll be getting set to fire the engines for this race here today. In-car cameras again will be carried today by Johnny Gardner, Dylan Young, and Jessica Shelton. Those three will be carrying in-car cameras in today's event on this .625 mile racetrack. And here comes the command to fire the engines for the First Union 400.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
Command given to fire the engines here. It's an all Ford front row, then an all Chevrolet second row. So we'll see what happens here on this racetrack here today. You fit 41 cars though in a bullring short track though. Basically anything can happen. And as you saw the Bristol, even though it was a caution-free, well, one caution flag at Bristol, I should say, but relatively incident-free over there. Wilkesboro could be a different story here, even though it's a little bit flatter though, 14 degrees of banking compared to the 36 of Bristol. As the field comes off corner number 4, and the first Union 400 is on. Osborne pushes up the track almost in the Shelton, and Kyle Matthews is going to try to make a 3 wide at turn number 1. Or turn number 3, excuse me. They'll come off the 4th turn here. Osborne pulls ahead of Shelton, gets a little tail. Happy come off turn number 4. Osborne led by just a half a car over Shelton at the start-finish line to take the first lap of this race. 2 Fords and 3 Chevys following behind as Kyle Matthews looks slow on the track. Takes second place away from Shelton. You remember those two finished first and second at this race last season with Shelton winning this race. And Matthews finished in second as both of them had to weave their way through a crash on the final, coming to the white flag in that race. So as the field battles back there, here it is Osborne who's pulled ahead just a little bit here. Matthews now takes second, Shelton third, fourth is Dollarton, fifth is Deaver. Actually, make that fifth is now Keith Batson, excuse me. Deaver's dropped to sixth. Charles Sanford to the low side as he's gotten by Poteet for the 7th position. This is the second of 3 straight races on a short track here in this portion of the season. The third will be the third one that will be the next race on the tour at Martinsville, Virginia, the shortest and the slowest of the short tracks, and of course from there we'll be heading to the longest and the fastest at Talladega after that race. Meantime, Charles Sanford got pushed up the track by Poteet, and here comes another Dylan Young as he follows his buddy Poteet in the low side of the track. On board with Dylan Young in car number 2, the Miller Lite Ford. He runs in 8th position. Up ahead is Dylan Poteet in 7th. Up ahead of those two, a battle going on between Keith Batson and Cole Deaver. The battle of the Dale cars, Batson in the Dale Jarrett cars, and Deaver in the Dale Earnhardt colors. So the field's kind of straightened out just a little bit here as you watch Batson and Deaver's continue to battle. It's for 5th place. And also a 2nd place battle going on here between Kyle Matthews in 24, Jessica Shelton in 94. That's a battle for 2nd place on the screen right here, and we ride on board Jessica Shelton's car. Two of the front 3 cars in this field have won here before. Osborne, in fact, won this race, I think it was in season 15, and Shelton won it last season. Matthews, he would like to get a win at North Wilkesboro. He has never won here before. They are trying to close up on Osborne in the 99 cars you watch from Shelton's in-car camera. And Matthews got with the track, and wow, we got somebody bunched up here as the yellow flag's flown for the first time apparently. And I think the crash could have been either Shane Lake or William Brock. Or maybe Kev Shearer. Oh, and Dylan Young. There's Dylan Young and Joshua Collard on pit road. So the first yellow flag's flown. Obviously. We watched. Actually, the yellow flag was being brought out by Cole Deaver in the 3 car, the winner at Texas this season. Let's see what happens. Deaver got loose, got into Keith Batson's car. Batson just drove the systems were driving to put Deaver hard into the inside wall and pancake the side. Got into Poteet's car in 22, and Dylan Young, poor Dylan Young, nowhere to go in the 2 car. And there comes Charles Sanford, gets damaged on that car, number 42. And that ruined Charles's day, and same with 43 of Joshua Collard. And there you see, Sky Commons barely missed, so did Kev Shearer, he barely missed. Quentin Moore got a bit of a tap right there in the 90 car. I don't think it did much damage to his machine. But this crash right here pretty much ruined the days of not only Deaver and Dylan Young, but also Charles Sanford and Joshua Collard. Inside Dylan Young's car. And just in time, the green flag's flown back out on lap number 16 here at North Wilkesboro Speedway. As the lead still being held by Joshua Osborne. Second is Kyle Matthews. Third, Jessica Shelton. Chris Dalton, she was fourth, and now loses fourth now to Keith Batson. And Johnny Gardner trying for 5th position now in the 25 car. Gardner's running 6th position at the moment, as he's gotten by Poteet and Cat Batson up on the inside lane, as is Phil Parker in the 5. Casey Nanico and Cole Deaver both coming on pit road. And Owen Dalton's hit the wall coming on turn number 4, as has the 75 car of Jesse Turner. Those 2 cars got turned to the inside wall. And now we got a clutter of cars coming through off turn number 3 and 4. This is not going to end well, I would imagine, too. This is not going to end well here in this pack of cars. And meantime, the front 3 have basically stayed nose to tail. Casey Nanico up ahead. This could play possibly. I don't know whose hands this is going to play into right there between Osborne, Shelton, and Matthews. That is, if the front 3 catch the 7 car, which they should. So Batson now is in the 4th position. Johnny Gardner now at the 5th. Then it's Cat Batson, Poteet, Parker, Dollarton, and Commons, the top 5 at the moment. And Matthews to the low side as Deaver again comes on pit road. 35 miles an hour by way of the speed limit on pit road and here at North Wilkesboro. Here comes Matthews to the low side of Osborne as they come off turn number 2. Into turn 3, Matthews to the low side again. He says go. Osborne says no. 23 in the books now. And down to 37 to go. So a lot of racing left to go here at North Wilkesboro Speedway. Osborne caught behind the 7 car. Like I said, we don't know whose hands this Travis is going to play into here. Osborne to the inside of Nanico. He says, "Let me go before Matthews passes me," and he'll take position there. Matthews follows through, and so does Shelton. Off turn number 4 they come. Matthews to the low side of Osborne. Not going to happen. He'll fall back in line as they come off turn number 2. And now Nanico decides to troll Jessica Shelton and hold her up. On board with Jessica Shelton in number 94. And now imagine a frustrated Shelton under the helmet of that machine as she's saying, "Come on, let me through before those 2 get away from me." Let's put the bumper, that 7 machine, as they come off the 4th turn here, and now she says, let me go, and she does, and finally Nanico finally does, but now that's going to let Keith Batson pull up to the back of her right now, and then in the 88 car, and as well as bring Johnny Gardner into this race as well. So the 7 car didn't play Jessica Shelton any favors right now as they come off the 2nd turn. It's still Osborne and Matthews up front. Gave it the top 10 already. There's Sky Collins in 10th position. 11th is Quentin Moore. There's something about the track that Quentin always seems to run well here on. Doesn't seem to matter what ride he's got, but this car, but he always seems to run well here at North Wilkesboro. He's in 11th position, so another good run for him today. 12th position is Matt Haas. 13th is Nathan Hudson. William Brock 14th. Seth Cole 15th. Jay Jefferson 16th. Shane Lake 17th. Mitchell Collins up to 18th in the 10 car. 19th is Mike Becker. 20th is Nathan Ormond. 21st right now is Paul Minnick, and Henry Sanford got way tail happy come off turn number 4 the last time by, and now we got a clutter of cars right here. That's Kev Shearer, Zachary Fitzwater, Joshua Collard, and Brandon Parker. Hood missing on the number 11 car of Emmanuel Hartnett. I think he must have gotten to the crash that happened to cause up the only caution flag of the day. And now we go back to the front 2 cars here. It's still Osborne up front, and Matthews still 2nd. 3rd is still Shelton. In fact, the top 5 has stayed very much status quo. Riding with Johnny Gardner in car number 25. He runs 5th. Trying to find any weakness out of Keith Batson and maybe even the other 3 cars in front of him. See how fast Johnny drives this racetrack here. Down through turns 3 and 4 at about 99 miles an hour. Now he comes off turn number 4. And up to about 139 miles per hour before they get on turn number 1. And down to about 87 miles per hour. And actually, we do have a spin. That's why he was so slow through that corner. That spin might have been the 23 car of Adam Flickinger, is who it looked like it was, and this happening on lap number 36. And it was Adam Flickinger in 23 that actually, I'm not so sure. I think he probably stopped a little bit. I think he had a mechanical problem with some kind of that 23 machine. Because that car very slow. They see the leaders going by. Some had to dip the aprons. We saw Gardner do it for the in-car camera shot. So a stalled car brings out caution number 2 here at North Wilkesboro Speedway. And the problem gives no reason what the problem was on Flickinger's car, other than the fact it says retired, so I don't know. I guess only God knows what happened in this situation, so Flickinger joins Charles Sanford and Dylan Young as the car's out of the race, and again, some lap cars to the inside. Casey Nanico to the inside, as is Jordan Lopez, Joshua Collard. And that's the only 3 cars that are a lap or more down, or in other words, not on the lead lap here at North Wilkesboro Speedway. And that should give that may get the leaders to problems here, especially Osborne, Matthews, and Shelton. Whose hands is it going to play into? I'm not sure in this situation neither. So we'll see what happens. The green flag flies on lap number 42. Now, one hand it did play into it was Osborne, because he got a big jump on Matthews, and that maybe all she wrote right here if there's no other caution that flies. In the meantime, Keith Batson tried to look low on Jessica Shelton for the third position. He'll follow up the 6 car and the 7 car both as Shelton got shoved to the high side. Now come off turn number 2. Meantime, Matthews has gotten by Nanico, but he is now far behind Osborne. Shelton getting way loose, come off turn number 4. And again, the 7 car trolls her again. You remember she had trouble getting by that car earlier in today's event there, and now she, again, is faced with that same problem with that number 7 Phillips Chevrolet. In fact, lap cars are stuck between, are stuck on both sides of Shelton as they come off turn number 2. Johnny Gardner, meantime, is taking 4th position away from Keith Batson. There he is in the 25. So the first through third positions is a second and a half right now. Here, actually, between first and third positions, here it is actually 5/8 of a second between the 99 and 24 cars. Actually, 2/3 of a second, actually, not 5/8, actually. Now it's over 5/8. Now it's 0.68 seconds now between the 99 and 24. So the front 3 is finally broken away from the lap traffic, but Gardner and Batson, neither one has. And in fact, Gardner got to the track there, almost got into the 6th car. Here comes Batson to the low side. Now Gardner pulled ahead and found a few more extra ponies come off on the front stretch. Gardner's 4th, Batson's 5th, Poteet right now 6th, Phil Parker up to 7th, then it's Dollarton 8th, Cat Batson 9th, and 10th is still Sky Cummins in the 9. And meantime, Batson looks low now on Dollarton for position. That's for 8th. William Brock getting by Matt Haas for 11th position now. Lap traffic sprinkled all over the place at North Wilkesboro Speedway, and Gardner's now breaks free of this, which says, I've had enough of this. And meantime, Osborne's about to have a mirror full of rainbow right now in that number 24 car of Kyle Matthews, as he is closed up on the 99 car right now. And we have now 10 laps to go in the first Union 400. Osborne looking for a second victory in this event. Matthews looking to win here at North Wilkesboro for the first time. The good news for those two, there's no lap traffic ahead, although there may be lap traffic ahead in the form of Cole Deaver. And he pulls out almost in front of Osborne right now. Oh, what's going to happen as they come off that 4th turn? I'm sure Joshua's not really pleased about the fact that he's going to have lap traffic to contend with, possibly. That is if Deaver dives on pit road, which he has all day long, unfortunately, in that 3 car. So Cole Deaver, who was involved in that first caution flag, dives on the pit road, much to Osborne's delight, and he'll go the safe way. So all this happening with 7 laps to go, and that'll come up on 6 laps to go right now here at North Wilkesboro, as Osborne, who's led right from the pole position, starting position, as he's led all the laps so far. Matthews trying to make one last stand there, but I don't know if he's got any. I don't think he's got anything for that 99 car. In fact, he dropped a couple hundredths of a second the last time by. And to bear in mind, Matthews, the last short track race on the tour, finished 2nd at Bristol, Tennessee, and he's going to have another 2nd place finish at Richmond, or here at Wilkesboro. He won at Richmond, as a matter of fact, so he is short tracks this season for Cummins. He has a 1st and a 2nd, and Wade's going right now. He may have another 2nd. Unless he either gets by Osborne or he loses a spot to Shelton. One of the two things could happen. And unless Osborne's car breaks or something like that, it looks like it could be his race. And remember, we talked about 7 winners in the first 7 races of the season. Osborne is not one of those 7, so he looks like he could be in good shape to make it 8 for 8. Here. And he has 3 laps to try to hold them all off here at North Wilkesboro Speedway off turn number 2. Gardner still 4th, 5th is Batson, 6th is Poteet, 7th is Parker, 8th is Cat Batson, 9th is now Sky Cummins as Dollarton goes into the track now. And watch Dollarton go backwards in 60 cars. He has Sky Cummins goes by, William Brock goes by, Jay Jefferson goes by. And meantime, the 4th turn they come, the white flag waves over Joshua Osborne. He has 1 lap to go at North Wilkesboro Speedway. Lap car ahead of Cole Deaver. He is right now 38th in this race, unfortunately for him. And he is not going to be a factor at all as he pulls on the pit road, much to Osborne's delight again. And off the 4th turn he comes, the number 99 Excite Batteries SKF Ford rounds turn number 4. Joshua Osborne wins the first Union 400 at North Wilkesboro. So, 8 winners in the first race of 8 races of the season. Osborne wins. Kyle Matthews 2nd. Jessica Shelton 3rd. 4th will go to Johnny Gardner. 5th to Keith Batson. Dylan Poteet 6th. 7th will go to Phil Parker. Then it's Cat Batson, Sky Cummins, and William Brock, the top 10 after all 60 laps here today at North Wilkesboro Speedway. Average speed 95.319 miles per hour. So 8 races are in the books on the season here. Yeah, so 8 races are in the books on the season, and 26 more are left to go here, as we're still early on in the season here. The rest of the finishers here today: Jay Jefferson was 11th, Seth Cole 12th, Chris Darton, who was running top 10 most of this race, drops to 13th. Nathan Hudson and Mike Becker the top 15. Then Matt Haas, Quentin Moore, Shane Lake, Rob Evans, and Ryan Brommer the top 20 in this event. Then it's Mitchell Collins, Paul Minnick was 22nd, Nathan Orman, Jesse Turner, Zach Winkle, Henry Sanford, Zachary Fitzwater, and James Henry the top 28. And then the rest of the finishers here today were Marcus Sachi, Brandon Parker, Emmanuel Hartnett, Cab Shearer, Alex Miller, and Julius Anderson was the last car in the lead lap in 34th. Then Joshua Card a lap down in 35th. Casey Nanigo 2 laps down in 36th. Jordan Lopez 3 laps down in 37th. And then Cole Deaver 17 laps down in 38th. I don't know what was going on with Deaver's car. He kept coming down pit road just about all race long, but apparently some ongoing problem that continued to plague the number 3 GM Goodwrench Chevy the whole race long. The shame for Deaver because he thought he had a pretty good shot at a top 5, top 10 finish, if not a win. So there you go. Rest of the finishers here: Adam Flickinger, Charles Sanford, and Dylan Young in that order, and all that because of crashes that happened. Flickinger really was not because of a crash because his car had some sort of mechanical failure that caused caution number 2 and his car to stall out in the middle of 1 and 2. So that will do it here today at North Wilkesboro Speedway here. Congratulations again to Joshua Osborne, the winner of the first Union 400. 8 winners of the first race of the season. Can we make it 9 for 9 at Martinsville? We'll find out when that race happens here. If you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. We got everything on this channel. We got inter races, gaming videos, whatever president of the NNSCRA has goals our stars for this channel. And be sure to check out our cavalcade of series in the NNSCRA, including the Duracell Cup Series, Budweiser All Pro Series, and the Marvel Studios Cup Series. Be sure to check those races out on this channel. The best offline series are under the NNSCRA umbrella, and you will not regret checking those races out neither. So 8 races are in the books, 26 races are left to go. We will see you at Martinsville Speedway, and for now, this is James Qualls in production of the NNSCRA. Offline racing at its best.